for Significant Sundays. My name is Vinny Borelli. I appreciate you joining in and watching in. Hope you had a great week, great weekend. You know, I wanted to start off today with being at the Wine and Rib Festival, Wing and Rib Festival in Seven Springs. It was a great event. My wife and son went for his birthday, which is today. He turns 2. And just wanted to get away and experience something different, some live music, and just relax. So, you know, hopefully some of you got to enjoy it as well, but if not, you got to check it out next year. It was really a good time. But, you know, one of the things I wanted to talk about today, and quite frankly, the only thing, is to be present. You know, being present in the moment. You know, what does that mean? You know, a lot of people today are distracted with so many different things. And as we all know, we don't like to talk about it, but of course it's social media is one. But the main thing is our phones. These things are the best and worst things that have happened to us, right? You know, if you go back, I think previously in a couple of my talks back a few weeks ago, I said that, you know, we didn't have that technology back then, you know, with navigation systems and all that. And I know, like, to get a date, you had to actually walk up and talk to someone, get a phone number. There was more communication skills that were needed in order to meet someone or be present and communicate with people. You needed those skills. Today, they kind of go off to the wayside. But to stay on point, being present, you know, there were some observations that I made over the weekend. And, you know, Keith, the godfather of my son, was with me, and he kind of saw it too. I believe that we both had a little bit of a wake-up call, and it started with actually watching an 80-year-old couple. They had to be in their 80s. I didn't want to videotape them or go talk to them, but and this is all in chapter 4 of my book, Relationship with You. You know, I allude to some of these points in there. So we watched this 80-year-old couple dance, not a care in the world, obviously retired. Both had like country hats on. We're dancing to this live fiddler music band. I can't quite remember the name of the guy, but he was an amazing entertainer, and he was running around, and you would have thought they were in their 20s. And what I did also notice, we both looked at each other like, wow, look at this. That's pure happiness, pure joy, just pure excitement to be living life at that age, right? But you never know what they've been through, where they came from, if they were wealthy, if they were poor. It didn't matter. They were alive and prosperous in that moment, you know, living in that moment. And then we also noticed younger couples that are in their 20s, and they're not even enjoying the concert. You know, they're taking selfies. They're videotaping the event that you should be watching live because you're there. You're videotaping an event that you're going to go home and watch that was live. So it doesn't quite make sense to me, but whatever it is, what it is. Can't change those people. But we also noticed there wasn't any communication between the two. Then even at dinner, we saw a couple, you know, they were sitting there, both on their phones with children. The children were on their phones. Nobody was talking. So for lack of a better word, it's quite pathetic. You know, it really is. It's sad. But you know, even on date, like if you're on dates, you're with the children, I think the phone should be put away and you should be present. So I put that up here, you know, be present with intention. And what I mean by that, like, people are like, what does that mean? You know, I speak to a lot of my friends about this that have issues even in their own personal relationships. And I'm not claiming that mine is the most perfect, but we communicate. We put our phones aside. We have dinner and let that go. That'll always be there. You know, your posts and your social media, all that stuff will be there. And, you know, what won't be there is that significant other or your children or your mother or father. So be present in the moment. Like, shit, listen, this is going to hurt somebody, but put the damn phones down and enjoy your life, as I always say, with just be deliberate on what you're doing that day or at that dinner or wherever, even if you're at home. You know, watch TV together. You know, I've even seen people at home watching TV with their family, and they're on their phones. I was on vacation, watched a couple on their phones, happy when they're looking at their phones, texting, responding to whatever it was. But yet when they sat next to their spouse and their children, it was just back to normal and, you know, being a dud, as I like to refer to. So look here. Listen up. Try that. Just try it. You have nothing to lose. And for this week, you know, I always have a boom at the end of my chapters. The boom is, I challenge you to be aware and ask yourself this question. Again, it could hurt. It might hurt and cause a little bit of turmoil or constructive criticism, or some of that constructive, challenging discussions you have at dinner that you don't want to, those things you don't want to address with your children or significant others. And in fact, I'm speaking with a couple of my good friends' children that are going through some of this, that need to be, you know, kind of slapped with reality. And not physically, but that's what children sometimes do need today that we got in the old days, my goodness. But in any event, try this. Be aware of what you're doing, what your communication is, and how present you are. And ask yourself this question. Again, the boom is, see and ask yourself, am I being present with my children? Just ask yourself that. Give it a shot. You have nothing to lose, and it'll be a life changer and very impactful in your family life. And you'll see and feel differently when you do that. And when you ask someone, even on the street, a stranger, if you ask someone how you doing, and you're like, oh wow, look at that car, be present. If you ask someone a question, be intentional, be right there, be present to them, and wait for an answer. I've been always trained to talk, but I've been now listening more, asking more questions. And I think I said that last week. Ask questions, challenge people. There's nothing wrong with that. The answer could be yes or no. It can't be that bad. So you're not going to die. So, thank you for joining me today on Significant Sundays. Tomorrow, Make It Out Mondays, we're going to get a little bit more impactful on some more business stuff. And I'm going to start, again, turning it up a little bit as I get more and more experience doing this. I want to be more authentic on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and open up my life more to people, and hopefully get some people reach out to me to get help from me. That's what I'm here for. Honestly, friends, don't be embarrassed. It's always confidential. And the people that I'm talking to, I keep it very confidential as well. And, God bless you guys. I hope you, again, had a significant Sunday. And tomorrow we'll see you for Make It Happen Monday at 7 o'clock. But thanks for joining me, Vinny Borelli. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.